హాయ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, హలో, ఎలా ఉన్నారు? బాగున్నారా? వెల్కమ్ టు మై ఛానల్ ద వాయిస్ ఆఫ్ నర్స్. టుడే we will discuss regarding Telangana State Staff Nurse 2023. రీసెంట్ MHSRB రిలీజ్ చేసింది కదా ఫ్రెండ్స్, 5204 జాబ్స్. ఈ జాబ్కి మీన్స్ స్టాఫ్ నర్స్ రిక్రూట్మెంట్కి ఎలాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ అడిగే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి, ఏ సబ్జెక్ట్లో ఎక్కువ వెయిటేజ్ ఉంది, మనము 1 by 1 సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ప్లస్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అండ్ ఆన్సర్స్ డీటెయిల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ ఉంటుంది అప్కమింగ్ వీడియోస్లో. సో ప్లీజ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, డోంట్ మిస్ ఇట్. ప్లీజ్ subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon for further notification. Friends, don't miss it, and also don't skip the video. Complete video చూడడానికి ట్రై చేయండి. ప్రీవియస్ వీడియోస్ ఐ ఆల్రెడీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్డ్ NHM 2022 జూలై అండ్ ఆల్సో NHM 2023 రీసెంట్ జనవరి ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఆల్సో. అది ఓన్లీ NHM వాళ్ళకే ఇంపార్టెంట్, NHM ఎగ్జామ్ అటెంప్ట్ చేసే వాళ్ళకే ఇంపార్టెంట్ అని కాదు మీనింగ్. అటువంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ కూడా అడిగే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంటుంది. సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు ప్రిపేర్, వీ హ్యావ్ టు రెడీ ఫర్ ఎనీథింగ్. ఇన్ ప్రీవియస్ వీడియోస్ నాట్ ఓన్లీ NHM, ఐ ఆల్రెడీ explained MCQ related to nutrition subject. Now I am explaining regarding MCQs or FAQs, frequently asked questions and answers detail explanation. ఇక్కడ మీకు కంపల్సరీగా అవైలబుల్గా ఉంటుంది. లేట్ ఎందుకు ఫ్రెండ్స్, లెట్స్ మూవ్ ఆన్ టు టాపిక్. విల్ డిస్కస్ రిగార్డింగ్ anatomy and physiology point of view, frequently asked questions we will discuss now. First question: transformation of one type of cells into another type is called as. Transformation of one type of cell to into another type is called as. We will see the options. Option A anaphase, option B dyspase, option C metaplasia, and option D hyperplasia. Here metaplasia is the correct answer. Option C, it is metaplasia. Metaplasia is the irreversible conversion of one differentiated cell. Metaplasia usually occurs in tissues that undergo regeneration and also may in the pathological context predisposed to an increased risk of diseases. So here the metaplasia means transformation of one type of cells into another type of cell is called as metaplasia. Here option C is the correct answer. Next, question number 2. Number of lumbar vertebrae are, how many lumbar vertebrae are present? Here we see the options. Option A 7, option B 6, option C 10, and option D 5. The number of lumbar vertebrae are 5. Actually lumbar spine contains 5 vertebrae labeled like L1 to L5, which progressively increase in the size growing down the lower back. The lumbar vertebrae will protect the spinal cord. Here number of the lumbar vertebrae means we are having 5 lumbar vertebrae. Here option D is the correct answer. Next, move on to question number 3. Sacrum has, what is the sacrum? Means sacrum has how many fused bones in this question? We will see the options here. Option A 7 fused bones, option B 5 fused bones, and option C 12 fused bones, and option D 8 fused bones. Fusion means the two bones, in between the two bones is fused. Here the sacrum has 5 fused bones. Option B is the correct answer. Actually sacrum is made up of 5 fused vertebrae and inverted triangular bone that is concave anteriorly and convex posteriorly. Okay friends, next move on to question number 4. Which bone is also known as collarbone? Here we will see the options. Option A clavicle, option B radius, and option C scapula, and option D humerus. Collarbone is also called as clavicle. Option A is the correct answer. And also it is referred to a beauty bone because it is prominent body location. It is the only long bone that lies horizontally in the body. The shape of the clavicle bone is appears S-shaped, S-shaped bone. Here option A is the correct answer. In this picture we can see the clavicle bone upper portion. We can see here this is clavicle bone, also called as collarbone. Clearly we can see here clavicle bone. Next move on to question number 5. Bone consists of options. Option A water, option B calcium phosphate, option C osteoid, and option D all of the above. Bones are made up of a framework of a protein is called as collagen with a mineral called as calcium phosphate that makes the framework and hard and strong. But bone mainly consists of osteoid. Option C is the correct answer. Osteoid. Option C is the correct answer. Next move on to question number 6. Example of flat bones are accept. Means here in these options, one is accept the flat bones. We will see the options here. Option A sternum, option B ribs, option C most skull bones, and option D vertebrae. Flat bones are made up of a layer of spongy bone between the two thin layers of compact bone. They have a flat shape, not rounded. For example, the flat bones are included skull and rib bones, also the sternum. Here option D is the except flat bone. Vertebrae is the not flat bone. Means that is vertebrae is a S-shaped or curved bone. Here option D is the except flat bone for example. So option D is the correct answer here. We can see here in this picture. Next move on to question number 7. The percentage of oxygen in inspired air is, means how much oxygen we are inspired air. Okay friends, options. Option A 78%, option B 21%, option C 16%, and option D 52%. Actually breathed in air contains 21% oxygen, 0.04% of carbon dioxide, and 79% of nitrogen. Here inspired air in oxygen means in the air how much oxygen we are taking, means 21% of oxygen we are inspiring, means here option B is the correct answer. Move on to question number 8. Okay friends, concentration of oxygen in expired means exhaled air is. In previous question number 7 is inspired. Here exhale means exhaled. How much oxygen? We will see the options here. Option A 0%, option B 21%, option C 10%, and option D 4%. In previous question I already explained regarding how much we are taking oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen. Inhaled air contains 21% of oxygen, 0.04% of carbon dioxide, and 79% of nitrogen. Here in this question number 8, exhaled air contains 16% of oxygen, 4% of carbon dioxide, and also 79% of nitrogen. So here oxygen exhaled how much means 16%. Option C is the correct answer. Typing error friends. Option C not 10%, 16%. 16%. Next question number 9. The total number of intercostal muscles are. Here how many intercostal muscles are there in our body? Here you can see the options. Option A 7 pairs, option B 11 pairs, option C 24 pairs, and option D 12 pairs. Here the intercostal muscles consist of 11 muscles trios in humans. Here option B is the correct answer. The 11 pairs of intercostal muscles are present. Option B is the correct answer. On to question number 10, friends. In human body, pituitary gland is situated in options. Option A kidney, option B neck, option C abdomen, and option D brain. Here the pituitary gland is small and oval shaped. It is located behind your nose, means near the underneath side of the brain, the attachment of the hypothalamus. So here the pituitary gland is situated in the brain. Option D is the correct answer. Human body. In human body, pituitary gland is situated in brain. Next, move on to question number 11. Total number of chambers in the human heart is, how many chambers is present in human heart? Option A 3, option B 2, option C 4, and option D 1. Here option C is the correct answer. Human body heart is having 4 chambers. So option C is the correct answer. Typical heart has 2 upper and 2 lower chambers. Those are right and left ventricle and right and left atrium. Here option C is correct answer. Next, move on to question number 12. Powerhouse of cell is. What is the powerhouse of cell is? Options. Option A mitochondria, option B nucleus, option C Golgi bodies, and option D ribosomes. Here powerhouse means the mitochondria are known as the powerhouse of cells because it is responsible for the extracting energy from food through the cellular respiration. Here powerhouse of the cell is mitochondria. Option A is the correct answer. Next, move on to question number 13. Sinoarterial nodes is located in which part of the heart? Sinoarterial nodes, SA node. Okay friends, don't confuse SA node. Option A left atrium, option B right atrium, option C right ventricle, and option D left ventricle. Here we can see in this picture green color portion is a right atrium. Option B is the correct answer. Sinoarterial node is present at the right upper corner of the right atrium. The node is present below the vena cava. So here right atrium is the correct answer. Next, move on to question number 14. Bone of upper jaw is, means what is the bone is having in upper jaw portion? Options. Option A maxilla, option B mandible, option C ethmoid, and option D nasal bones. Here bone of the upper jaw is holds the top teeth in place and supports the muscles involved in chewing and facial expressions. The maxilla is a major bone in the face. We can see here in this picture the upper portion of the maxilla. Option A maxilla, upper portion of the jawbone. We can see here in this picture. Here option A is the correct answer. Next, move on to question number 15. The number of thoracic vertebrae is, we will see the options here. Option A 7, option B 9, option C 6, and option D 12. Previously, second question we already discussed regarding number of lumbar vertebrae. Here thoracic vertebrae, number of thoracic vertebrae. Don't confuse friends. Both are different questions and answer also different. The lumbar vertebrae numbers means the number of lumbar vertebrae means we are having 5 lumbar vertebrae. Here thoracic vertebrae means 12. We are having 12 number of thoracic vertebrae. The thoracic spine is located in the upper and middle part of the back. 12 vertebrae are located in the thoracic spine and are numbered T1 to T12. In the second question, the lumbar vertebrae is like L1 to L5. Here, the thoracic vertebrae is T1 to T12. Okay friends, here option D is the correct answer. 12 thoracic vertebrae is the correct answer, option D. Next, move on to question number 16. Picture that joined the front and parietal bone is. Actually, in our skull, the bone is having in front is front and parietal bone, the suturing line, and posterior side is present means occipital. Here we will discuss regarding parietal bone and frontal bone. We will see the options here. Option A lambdoidal, option B coronal, and option C sagittal, and option D frontal. Here option B is the correct answer, coronal. Coronal suture is a dense and fibrous associated of connection tissue located in between the frontal and parietal bone of the skull. Here option B is the correct answer, coronal suture. The coronal suture is joined the frontal and parietal bone. It is closest around the 2 years of the age. So here option B is the correct answer. We can see here in this picture the suture of the parietal and frontal bone. This is the coronal suture. To question number 17. Only movable bone of skull is. What is the movable bone is present in skull? We will see the options. Ethmoid bone, option B mandible, option C maxilla, and option D nasal bone. We have to know what is the movable bone in face or skull. Here mandible is the correct answer, option B. The mandible bone is the largest bone in the human skull, means maxilla it is 2 portions, and nasal bones 2, and palatine bones are 2. And mandible is also called as lower jaw and also jaw bones. So jaw bone. Here we can see the mandible bone is present in our face. Okay friends, option B is the correct answer. Mandible is a only movable bone of the skull. Okay friends, next on to question number 18. The suture that joined the parietal bone with the occipital bone. Here in previous question number 16, frontal and parietal bone suture is called as coronal. But here the parietal bone with is joint suture with occipital bone is called as. We will see the options here. Option A lambdoidal, option B coronal, and option C sagittal, and option D frontal. The back of the skull is the parietal bone and occipital bone is attached. The suture is called as lambdoidal suture. Here option A is the correct answer. Lambdoidal suture connects with the posterior portion of the sagittal suture and occipitomastoid suture along the cranial base. Posterior fontanella means the occiput is closed shortly after the birth. Next we will discuss question number 19. Sternum is a. Means what is the sternum? The bone is having. Options. Option A flat bone, option B irregular bone, option C sesamoid bone, and option D long bone. Here sternum is a partially T-shaped vertical bone that's located in the middle of your chest. It protects your heart and lungs. Here the sternum is a flat bone. Option A is the correct answer. Here in this picture we can see the sternum, front of the our body. It is protects to the our heart and lungs. Okay friends, option A is the correct answer. Sternum is a flat bone. Next move on to question number 20. The bone that forms back of the head is. Means in the skull, the back of the head, which bone is having, which bone we are having. We will see the options here. Option A temporal, option B sphenoid, option C parietal, and option D occiput. Here the occiput bone is the most posterior cranial bone and the main bone of the occiput. Here option D is the correct answer. Occiput bone control muscle of the head and neck. Here bone of the backside of the head is called as occiput bone. Here option D is the correct answer. Question number 21. Antibodies are options. Means here in this question antibodies are means antibodies is having the action. What is the action is having antibodies? Options. Option A disease producing agents. Option B type of bacteria. Option C substances produced against antigen. And option D substances produced by pathogens. Here antibodies are proteins that protects you when unwanted substances enters into our body. And another word for antibody is immunoglobulin, means the substances producing against the antigen, means it will be protection of the unwanted substances entering to the our body. Means option C is the correct answer. Antibodies means substances produced against antigen. Next move on to question number 22. The size of non-pregnant uterus is an adult's is about. Here length, width and thickness we have to know. What is the uterus length and width, thickness? We will see the options first. 12.5 into 10 into 12, 2.5 centimeters. Option B 7.5 into 2.5 into 1.5 centimeters. Option C 5 into 2 into 1 centimeter. Option D 7.5 into 5 into 2.5 centimeters. Here we can see the first column, the length of the uterus. The second column is width of the uterus and third column is thickness of the uterus. Here option D is the correct answer. 7.5 or 3 inches of length and 5 inches or 5 centimeters or 2 inches width and 2.5 centimeters of thickness or 1 inches thickness. Here option D is the correct answer, but it is enlarges, means in case of pregnancy time 4 to 5 times the uterus size will be increased in these pregnancy cases. Here non-pregnant uterus means 7.5 into 5 into 2.5 centimeters. The length is 7.5, width is 5 centimeters and thickness is 2.5 centimeters. Here option D is the correct answer. Next we will discuss question number 23. Pinna of the ear is formed by, means it is made up of which, means cartilage or tissue. We will see the options here. Option A bones, option B hyaline cartilage, option C elastic cartilage and option D lymphoid tissues. Here option C is the correct answer, elastic cartilage. The medical term for the outer ear is auricule or pinna is called as pinna. Pinna is made up of cartilage and skin is called as elastic cartilage. Option C is the correct answer. Next move on to question number 24. Diaphragm is a, means what is the diaphragm? We will see the options here. Option A bone, option B body cavity and option C blood vessels and option D muscles. Here the diaphragm is located below the lungs. Diaphragm is the major muscle of respiration. It is a large dome shaped muscle. Diaphragm is a muscle. Option D is the correct answer. Next move on to question number 25. Wall of the uterus or, means walls of the uterus is except the following. We will see the options here. Option A, perimetrium. Option B, myometrium. And option C, endometrium. And option D, endocardium. Here we can know the options. Perimetrium, myometrium, endometrium. These three are the uterus walls. Option D is the except uterus wall, means endocardium means the heart layer, not uterus layer. Option D is the correct answer. The wall of the uterus is the accept condition as following endocardium. Option D is the correct answer here. Here perimetrium is the outermost layer of the uterus and myometrium is middle layer of the uterus and endometrium is the innermost layer of the uterus. So here option A, B, C, these three are the uterus layers. Here except endocardium is heart layer except the uterus. So option D is the correct answer. Next move on to question number 26. The pH of vagina is between, means the pH of vagina is between following. Option A 2 to 6, option B 3.5 to 5 and option C 7 to 8 and option D 7 to 9. The approximately the pH of vagina is in between the 3.8 to 4.5. But here in this option related to vagina pH is approximate range is 3.5 to 5 is the correct answer. Option B. Next move on to question number 27, friends. Function of HCG hormone. Options. Option A, secretion of FSH. Option B, secretion of LH. Option C, it stimulates the corpus luteum to continue secrete progesterone and estrogen. And option D, induction of ovulation. What is HCG? HCG is a human chorionic gonadotrophins. Okay friends, human chorionic gonadotrophins is a stimulates, means HCG stimulates the corpus luteum to continue secrete the progesterone to maintain the pregnancy. Option C is the correct answer. The function of HCG hormone. Next, move on to question number 28. Formation of corpus luteum takes place under the influence of. Here, the formation of corpus luteum takes place under the place means we will see the options here. Option A FSH, option B estrogen and option C LH and option D progesterone. LH means luteinizing hormone. LH is made by a pituitary gland and a small gland located underneath the brain. It is situated in the brain. Luteinizing hormone. LH hormone is present in women for help control the menstrual cycle. Here formation of corpus luteum takes place under the influence of LH. Option C is the correct answer. Next we will see the question number 29. Menopause means. What is menopause? Options. Option A ovulation. Option B starting of menstrual cycle. Option C meeting of sperm and option D cessation of menstrual cycle. Here menopause is the stoppage of menstrual cycle in females. It happens around the age of 45 to 50 years. Here cessation of menstrual cycle is the correct answer. Menopause means cessation of menstrual cycle. Option D is the correct answer. Next move on to question number 30 in this part. In this video we will continue next questions in further video. 30th question. The part of sperm which contains its DNA, means in the sperm which part is having the DNA sample. Options. Option A tails, option B legs, option C body and option D head. The head of the sperm contains the DNA. Option D is the correct answer. Head. The head of the sperm contains the nucleus. The nucleus holds the DNA of the cell. Okay friend, option D is the correct answer. This question sometimes they will ask like this. The part of sperm which contains its genetic material. Not they will mention contains its DNA. They will mention genetic material. So that answer also head. The sperm which contains its DNA means head. Genetic material of the sperm also head only. Option D is the correct answer. Next, I will continue part 2 friends from the 31st question. Thank you for watching my video. Please like a video and share the video. Please subscribe my channel. Click on the bell icon for further notification. Stay tuned friends. Thank you.